I'm Anne Ogden-Gaffney, and I'm the founder and president of Cook for Your Life. Cook for Your Life is an organization that teaches healthy cooking to cancer patients. And we're going to be finding out a little bit more about how this came about. I'm a two-time cancer survivor. And this is really illustrative of my journey. The first cancer I had was a kidney cancer, and it was I had no symptoms at all. It just happened to be found just happened to be found during a checkup that I had. And it was kind of extraordinary because, you know, I was terrified once I got this diagnosis. You know, major organ cancer equals death, and I was very, very scared. And but I had something that happened there that was really kind of extraordinary, in as much that I learned how not to be afraid from this particular experience, which I think is really, really important. And one day I was in my kitchen and I was thinking about all the stuff that was going on, and I was literally putting my affairs in order, and I was, you know, wondering about what was going to happen. And all of a sudden I realized I was just driving myself completely crazy with this. That it was, you know, I didn't really know what was going to happen. And as I stood there and I looked at my feet, and I realized that as I stood there in my kitchen at that moment, I'd had a diagnosis, yes, but I was okay. And so I made a pact with myself that until I was told that I was a terminal case, I was just going to keep on living my life and enjoying my life and not worry about it, because there was no point. So that kind of completely was a revelation which has stood me in good stead ever since. But that first cancer was interesting because I had the surgery. When I found out I didn't have to have chemo, I kind of felt I dodged a bullet, and as soon as I was recovered from the surgery, I moved on with my life as usual. Second cancer, not quite so much. Second cancer was a triple negative breast cancer, and it was a second primary cancer. And whoa, that was kind of difficult because I had to have surgery, I had to have chemotherapy, and I had to have radiation because they wanted to throw everything they could at it. And what was kind of extraordinary then was a different kind of thing. I already had that strength from the first one, which allowed me to, you know, just take it in stride, if you like. But what was kind of cool was that eventually, it wasn't cool at the time, of course, why would it be? But, you know, I realized I couldn't work. I was a fashion executive for many years, and a big part of my job was traveling. And I was sitting in somebody's office, and I just had my first chemo, and they wanted to send me somewhere. And, you know, as one does at these things, she said, "Oh, hi, Anne, how are you?" And I suddenly realized for the first time that I wasn't okay, that I wasn't going to be able to go back to life as usual and kind of navigate that kind of thing. And so I told her, I said, "Look, I can't do this." And at that point, you know, I realized that I was going to have to pull back, and I decided to take a hiatus to take care of myself. And that was the most transformative thing I have ever done in my whole life.